everybody. It's Brooke. Hope you're having a great day. All is well here in the great state of Maine. Except my mat is crooked and that will never do. Is that better? Oh, I think I knocked the camera with my head when I was sitting down. Uh, anyway, I am back with our altered composition creative daily journal, art notebook, whatever you want to call it. It's coming along really nicely. The spine is soft fabric. The cover is constructed from the original cover of the composition book. And then we went in and made the pages out of the comp book pages and from one of my digital kits that is called Spring Has Sprung. And that is available as a freebie on my Facebook group. I'll link that up there. Come on over. It's a ton of fun. So at any rate, we've got all that done. I washed the edges. Last time we worked in this, I got out the jelly plate and did some really fun page borders, just to have something to break up some of the white pages, and something different that maybe a person doesn't want to do in their own journal. I think they came out really good. They're very bright and colorful, which kind of goes with the theme of the journal. And today, I think this is about it. I wanted to put on some trim and maybe do a little stamping. And then the next time we get together, I'm going to stuff our embellishment pockets back here with some fun different journaling items. And then I'm going to call this good. It will be done. Okay, so let's go in here and I'm going to turn the book this way. It might be easier for me to get the whole thing onto the camera. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got pom-poms and fringe and tiny pom-poms and multicolored pom-poms. I'm on a pom-pom kick, can you tell? This is some gorgeous vintage trim. To me, it looks very 60s or 70s. And the yarn, I think, is cotton, but it's just adorable. So I'm going to try to use that. It's kind of wide, but I think it'll be fine. I'll use it towards the back of the book. So it is a little bit wide, but I just love it. And that color is gorgeous. So we've got that. I've got a strip of fabric from Sweet Danielle. Is that beautiful or what? I think that we will make a ruffle maybe out of this. And finally, I have some of this beautiful flower trim. I love this stuff. So that is what I am shooting to use. And I'm going to try to sort of disperse it evenly throughout the journal. And I think the first thing I want to use are those flowers. They won't stick out very much. So let me grab the old art glitter glue. Okay, it's in working order, so we can measure out our flowers. It will cover up the washi tape, but that's okay. We can see it on the other side, and we can see it on the edge. There's a very definite right and wrong side for this. So I'm going to go right between the pink and the orange. You know what? Maybe I will use Fabri-Tac. Hold, please. Some of these are kind of heavy, so this might make more sense to use. It's kind of gummy. Let's wipe that off. Oh, glue troubles. Always with the glue troubles. Okay. So I'm just going to put not a huge amount, but a sufficient amount right down the middle of that washi tape with the cute kitties. And that should be enough to anchor those flowers down. If it's not, I'll go back in and sew it on top of the Fabri-Tac once it dries. Because the way that this journal can fold back in on itself, it's very easy to go in and sew trim after the fact onto the edges. Scoot them off just a little bit. Scoot them off the edge. Awesome. I love how it looks. Some of the gold from the washi tape is peeking out, and I like how that looks too. And I got a Fabri-Tac volcano. That will never do. Okay, those colors make me really happy with our Art by Marlene cover. So that works. Well, they are. They're peeking out just a little bit. Very cute. So there's that, and there's that. I don't want to put trim on the short pages because it won't stick out effectively to be pretty on the outside, but it will cause a bump in the middle of the page when you're trying to write going into the future. So I'm not going to put any trim on the small pages. And let's see. Maybe we'll do this page. And let's do just the orange pom-poms. Ooh, these are new pom-poms. They still have the tape on the end. These are not vintage. The brightly colored things are from Hobby Lobby because apparently they know that I am now addicted to neon things, and they very kindly stocked some for me. Before I glue that, I think I'll measure it. Because the pom-poms are attached in two places, you got to be kind of careful where you're cutting, because you can end up with a pom-pom just kind of blowing in the wind, and that looks weird, in my opinion. Okay. Nope, still haven't opened another bottle of Fabri-Tac. What the heck is wrong with me, you ask? I can't answer that. I really can't. So it turns out, this is Good Friday, and I found out yesterday that apparently I'm having Easter for 12 people on Sunday. Did I plan on that? Gosh, no. No, I did not. Am I ready for that? Oh, no, we have the dangling pom-pom. I cut it too close, but we can repair it. Did I prepare for Easter? No. So, yeah, I'm making this video. I'm playing with my stuff right now, and then I've got to get back into the, I don't know, adult mode, which is not my favorite at all. If you guys know me, you know this is true. I don't have real tweezers up here. I only have squeezers, and I have a hard time operating those. But I will do my best. Put a little glue right there. And this is the same thing. If it doesn't seem to be adhering well enough with the Fabri-Tac, I will go in and sew it. And let's just see. Oh, yeah, see, squeezers do not compute with my brain. I don't think they ever will. But, however, that looks darn cute, doesn't it? That makes me happy. So we've got two signatures, two pieces of trim in this signature. We want to do we have 6 trims? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do. So let's do another one. Actually, we're going to have 7. Decisions. Maybe we should do that fabric ruffle. In this signature. I'm mathing in my head, sorry. So let's do that. That I am going to end up sewing. But what I will do is take, boy, this is pretty fabric, isn't it? I love pink and yellow together. This looks like the selvage end. So maybe I will take a strip off there. Maybe I'll use that selvage end because it's got the fuzzy, you see it's got the fuzzy border on it. I kind of like that. I'm just going to tear a strip off. You generally get a much straighter line if you tear rather than cut. Plus you get the pretty string, so it's win-win. And I'm certainly not going to iron it. But what I will do is, it covered up part of that washi tape, darn it. I love this washi tape. Oh well. You can't be afraid to cover stuff up, huh? And what I will do, I think, is just start, I'm going to tack it down at the very top, just to hold it while I start sewing. We'll let that Fabri-Tac dry for a minute before I bring the sewing machine over. And let that stick out a little bit. Okay, cool. Don't stick to anything now. Okay, now we can go to the second signature. And let's put in multicolored pom-poms, because how can you go wrong, really? Look at these guys. And they go really well with this page, which is one of my favorite pages in the kit. They've got funny string though. The stuff that they're hooked to is very odd. And thin and rolly-uppy. These guys might be a giant pain. Which is the right direction. Okay, so this is face up this way. I'm going to trim off just a little tiny bit. Try not to chop that swingy pom-pom again. And measure this out. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain. Gluing this down. Stuff sticking to me. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one, and I'm gonna cut it a little closer to the next pom-pom. So if we lose the string, it'll be not on the one that we're putting on our page. Why do I try to use these Tim Holtz scissors for fabric? Because they really don't like it at all. But it seems to be what I have next to me, so we will persevere. Oh, I cut the string again, you guys. I think I might have unraveled it, actually. Technically speaking, when my scissors got stuck, I think I unraveled to that. So maybe we'll start at this end. I also get glue paper, which I should have been using all along, because it would be very easy to glue these pages closed. Okay, so there's some glue paper, and I'm going to start on the end that I murdered, and start with one little bit of glue. Get that trim rolled out. It's really rolly. And get our little string tucked underneath where it goes. Yep, holy cow. Nope, no tweezers, squeezers for me. I can only operate regular tweezers. Okay. Let that grab. Get up there. And that will go along. I'm going to have to do this a little bit at a time because the top binding part is so curled up. So I will finish gluing this down and then come right back so you don't have to watch, because God, I wish I didn't have to watch. I'll be right back, you guys. Well, that took a whole lot longer than I thought. The stuff was fighting back. And as it turns out, one of the pom-poms, this little guy, is way longer than all these guys. I kind of like it. He's kind of cute. He's like a little rebel down there. So I don't want to try to peel this up because of him. So we're going to leave it and just think that he's cute. That's my opinion. Going to move our glue page this way so I don't glue this page to any other ones. And then, let's see, there's another blank page. I kind of don't want to cover this washi tape because I love how it looks with this. So we'll maybe go to this. Maybe we'll go to this one and do crazy fringe. Should we do some crazy fringe? Because it's fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. And again, this is a Hobby Lobby. And it's got beautiful gold weaving at the border part. And then the crazy tassel parts come off. And I should have grabbed a different pair of scissors, but I did not. So there you go. We will just hack away with these. I forgot about this. It does leave little fuzz balls behind. Okay. And I guess when I try to ruffle the fabric that we put on there, I will bring the sewing machine over here. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see, but yeah, maybe something. Why not? I messed with my microphone and I may have gotten the external noise muted again. I'm not sure. Guess I'll find out when I go to watch this video back, huh? Oh, I like that. It's crazy. Yes, I definitely like that. Got a little bit too much right there where the corners curved, rounded. Go. Excellent. And there are little fuzzy fibers everywhere, but that's okay. And finally, that's jelly plated, so I don't want to put a border on there. Maybe we'll go to the very back and use this fun vintage trim. I love it. Said it was 6+ yards when I bought it, but it was not. That was untrue. So it needs to go this way. We'll take off this little piece of tape. Hopefully it doesn't pull the whole thing apart. Actually, you know what? I think this is the top. So I guess we'll start down here at the bottom. Isn't that cute? I'll brush it all out and eventually it'll learn how to lay flat, or it'll just be fuzzy and adorable. So let's put a little glue. I think I'm going to do a little bit at a time on this one, just because I don't want to get any of the dangly parts stuck in the Fabri-Tac. Trying to get that right to the edge. And see, it does stick out a pretty good bit, but I think that's so cute. Bright colors, nice vintage flair. It works. For me, anyway. Hopefully for one of you. This journal is still available. If you are interested, just shoot me a message on Etsy. All those links are down below. It will be less expensive if I sell it from the video than if I put it in Etsy, because, well, Etsy charges a whole lot of fees these days. Plus, I like to give you guys the first shot. People who watch me. Seems fair. You do the favor of coming to visit me. And if this is your first time coming to visit, welcome. We are so glad to have you. Definitely make sure to come over to the Facebook group. I think I already said that. Oh, yep, just being annoying now. Concentrating really hard on getting this moderately even. Okay, let's give that a snip, and I think what I will do is snip it right here. Whoop, and then I'm going to snip it right somewhere. Both bands of the white are woven in. But I'm going to put that up like that and try to seal that little piece in with Fabri-Tac so nothing unravels. And that'll dry clear so we don't have a problem, but hopefully that will keep anything from unraveling. Guess I should probably do that at the other end too. Fuzz is coming to haunt us from the fringe. Okay, I'm just going to use my fingers again and kind of scoosh that in there. All right, looking good. Let's find the lid for this so it will stop erupting. Wipe its little nose off. I love that trim. That is super fun. All right, I'm going to wait a little bit before I pull out the sewing machine and get that involved in anything, because a lot of this Fabri-Tac is still wet. So sit still. I'll be right back. All right, I moved the sewing machine out of the way and pulled out our little ruffle here. I love how it looks. It's so pretty. I went horribly astray down at the bottom, but you know what? It's a junk journal. It's fine. Let me hold it up so you can see. See where the zigzag is? I just kind of tucked the fabric under while I was stitching. That's what I was stopping to do. I'd do a couple more folds and then stitch them down. You can fold it up. You can go back and forth, whatever you want to do. Anything goes. And when we get to this page, I'll show you the embarrassment that is the back of this. But let's look. Look. Oh, isn't it pretty? Don't you love all those different textures? And it looks like our rubber band is now much more functional. It was pretty darn loose when it was just papers in here. But we've got our beautiful flowers on our opening page, which is a nice thing to come across. And then we have orange pom-poms. Love it. There's that center envelope. There's our beautiful fabric ruffle. And this is how it looks on the back, and you can see This is where the sewing machine started feeding in. It was feeding the book into the stuff that's behind the sewing machine. So I kind of went way off course, but it's okay. The jelly plating sort of camouflages it. It's fine. Now these pages, look at our crazy, brightly colored rainbow pom-poms with this page, make me very happy. And here's our little nutty guy who has a mind of his own. I might go in and sew this because as curly as this base was, I feel like it's not wanting to stick, which is sad, but there you go. A little stitching will fix that. Oh, and I also love how these pom-poms look with this washi tape. Very nice. And then we have a couple non-decorated pages, and then we have this beautiful fringe. I don't know if you can tell on camera how sparkly the base of it is, but it's just amazing. Very pretty. And another envelope, a couple plain pages, another jelly-plated edge. And then we get to, ta-da! Here's our beautiful vintage trim. I love it so much, you guys. I love how that looks. It does need a little combing, just a little attention, but I absolutely love how it looks. I love how all the pages look together. The edge is amazing. You can still see all the washi tape when you've got it on the edge, and I just love it. I think it's awesome. We've only been going 20 minutes, so should we do just a touch of stamping in here? Let's just put a few stamped images. Again, just breaking up some of those white pages. If someone is a new journaler, that might help. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a flat surface for stamping. Clip those pages back so that I've got it all folded in on itself on this side. So this page is by itself, and that makes it really handy. And this is one of those jumbo clips from the Dollar Tree. I have a couple stamp sets out, and I have my archival inks. I'm going to use the archival inks because they are waterproof. So if someone wants to go ahead and, watercolor the back of this page or do any kind of wet media, these won't run. We've got some blue over here. We've got crazy orange over here. Maybe we will use Forget Me Not. This is a Wendy Becky color. And I've got some Tim Holtz stamps. Boy, are these old. This is, I don't even know. Tim Holtz Visual Artistry Collection is all it says. Yep. Doesn't have a copyright on it. You guys, it's at least 20 years old, I'm guessing. So, it does have this piece. You can see the package is kind of in rough shape. It's got this piece that says, "Every possibility begins with the courage to imagine." It's very glary even for me. But that seems like a good sentiment for your journal, doesn't it? Okay, so we'll stick it onto the block. Doesn't even look like I've ever used this. Sure is a beat up package for a stamp I never used. Hopefully, even though it's a brand new stamp, it'll do a good job stamping for us. Go right up in this corner. Give it a good press. It did come out pretty well. Look at that. And I love the color with this. So yay. Get a paper towel. The extent of cleaning my stamps. Look, it was from when I was playing with sprays. Isn't that pretty? I might keep that. Might be a good collage piece. And I'm just going to stamp off on the paper towel. Yep, that's as far as I go for cleaning my stamps. Unless I'm using something that will ruin them like acrylic paint. So there's that. And I have another Tim Holtz mixed media. Stampers Anonymous mixed media. ACMM107. That's all I got, guys. came with a stencil in it, but I put that with my stencils. So there's another quote in here. Let's see if we can get it out and see what it says. Creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking that what no one else has thought. That is a true statement. Let's go ahead and find another page because I like that. Maybe right here. We'll do it down the bottom this time, just to be different. So I'm going to fold the whole thing back on itself. We said right here, right? Yeah, I think we did. I think we did. I didn't do anything weird like turn it upside down, did I? No. Okay. Oh, maybe I was going to do it on the other side, but that's okay. We'll do it right down here. It's easy to lose your bearings in this when it's folded like this because there's not a lot of pattern to tell you which direction it's supposed to go. So make sure to double check when you're doing like stamping or anything. There's a grid in my acrylic block so I can try to line up the stamp. Will I actually succeed? And I think, what do I want to use? I guess I'll use a blue again. Garden Patina, I love that color. Maybe we'll use Mermaid Lagoon this time because we've got some blue. Oh, wait, no, I'm changing my mind again. What? Got one upside down. Of course, I need to know what color that is. Oh, picked raspberry. That actually is my favorite, but I'm thinking more of a purple because of the purple and the butterflies. Let's do cactus flower. That's a happy medium between pink and purple, and that kind of what the butterflies have in them. So there's my rationalization. Does it work for you? Works for me. I think I'll just plonk it down here. Very easy to cover it with something if you don't like the quote or you don't want one there. Just plop a pocket on it or something. But it might plop a pocket on it anyway. Kind of smeared, but the color looks really pretty. I rocked the stamp, which I should. Don't rock your stamp when you're stamping. Just press evenly and slowly and let it sit for a second. That's a shame. Well, we'll have to see about that, won't we? Blot that off on my paper towel. Put it with the package and see what else we got. See what other trouble we can get into. All right, let's go into the next signature. That's already got a trim on it. Let's not put lipstick on the pig, as they say. Let's do this one. And as I said in the last video, sometimes when you're doing wet media like the jelly plating and stuff, the middle of the paper will get unglued, so you get these bumps. When you get to this page, it's very easy just to go in and sort of reglue around it. I do that a lot. And let's see, I guess I could let you see. This is a pack from Michaels from a very long time ago, as you can tell by the stained polymer. I choose joy. That's always a good reminder, right? Sorry for the crinkling. Wow, didn't want to come out at all. Oh, there we go. Trying to hold the bag away from the microphone. So here's Choose Joy. Maybe this is the one where we'll, I like this. We could use the Garden Patina there, but then we've got pink and red over here. I mean, you guys know I'm not really into matchy-matchy, but let's not be insane. Okay, let's be insane. What am I saying? Maybe we'll go ahead and use spiced marmalade. How about that? Yep. You can't really go wrong with orange, can you? See if I can do this one without rocking it. And relatively straight. Just pressing down and letting the ink kind of absorb into the paper. Oh, perfect. Look at that. You don't get impatient and you are rewarded. Love it. I love that color too. So then there's another one on here that says, what does it say? Be grateful. I like that. That's also a good reminder. Let's put that one in somewhere. Which one is it? Choose joy. Doesn't want to stick. Stay. This one is be grateful. Move that pile over. And where do we want to go? Again, I don't want to do a ton. It's just nice when you're starting out in a new journal to have a little bit of something to look at as you start digging in. We go on this page? I think we've done 2 on this side, so maybe we should do this side. Don't want to do it where that is. Maybe where this is. Let's do that. And we'll use a green. Maybe I should bring the colors over so you can see too. Rude. I'm so rude. I've got leaf green or peeled paint. There's some blue in the washi tape, but I'm thinking leaf green is going to go with that washi tape better, and maybe with that. Again, I'm not really all hung up about it matching, so if I chose wrong, I don't think it's the end of the world. Get that in there. Also looks like I've never used this one. Probably I'm an ungrateful cow. That's me. Okay. Get that inked up. Try to get it relatively straight. Lay it down without wiggling it. So you can see I'm trying to sort of avoid the gutter of the book because that's more bendy and it's more likely that the stamp will go wrong. If you want to stamp closer to the spine, again, probably should do it before you bind it in. Okay, and that should be good and absorbed. Beautiful. A little spotty just because the ink beat it up a little bit because it's a new stamp, but it's perfectly legible and the color is fabulous. So that makes me happy. I was going to do a little stenciling too, but I feel like I'm taking up all the journaling space in here. So I think I might just call that finished. Go in and stitch our wonky pom-poms down because they are behaving badly. But I think that might be it for this one, you guys. Just a little bit of a jump start on some of the pages. Nothing crazy. And I'll come back next time and we will spend some time making things and picking out things to put in all these fun pockets. Remember, we have that pocket here, and we have a pocket. Where did we put it? Oh, we have a pocket here. I don't even remember how we did this. A pocket here with the gussets in it. These 2 little tiny pockets. So there's plenty of space for goodies to go in because I think that other people's little journaling goodies are always entertaining stuff you don't have. So we will do that next time and then it'll be done. And I want to wish everybody a very happy Easter. I don't know when I'll be back. Probably early next week, I hope, but it's going to be a crazy weekend around here. So happy Easter and I will see you really soon. Bye.